Aloha, this is Maui Speaks with Netra Halperin. I've been a social worker on Maui for years, so I'm very aware of many of the issues affecting Maui residents. I'm looking for community-based solutions that can eventually be implemented on a governmental level. So, I am asking Maui to speak. Aloha, this is Netra Halperin with Maui Speaks. We're here at the old Iao Theater at the screening for Only the Brave. We're talking with Lane Nishikawa, who's the writer, producer, and actor of this movie.
Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you for coming.
Can you tell me about this movie?
Well, Only the Brave is a film about the 100th 442nd Regimental Combat Team. It was a segregated unit, all Japanese Americans from Hawaii and the internment camps that fought for America during World War II in Europe. They're the highest decorated unit in American history. Our film, Only the Brave, focuses on a particular battle in October of 1944 when they were sent in to rescue a trapped battalion of Texans. It's a very famous battle. They were called the Lost Battalion. So also what we do is we try to show the families of the veterans, or I should say of the soldiers, as our men are going to die, as they're trying to reach the Texans. We show the last moments with their parents, with their wives, their girlfriends, their sisters, and I felt that was very important because every war you have those who are affected by what happens on the battlefield. I had 4 uncles who served with the unit, and so it's been a very personal story with me.
Wow. So the one thing that impressed me is you said that soldiers that came from internment camps. So they were in Japanese internment camps, and then they went to become soldiers and fight for the United States.
Correct. Right. So out of the 10 internment camps, about 25% of the men came out of the internment camps, and the majority came from the state of Hawaii, or actually at the time, the territory of Hawaii. Yeah.
So they were showing that despite everything that had happened, they were patriotic. They did care about America. They wanted to show that they supported America no matter what.
You know, you have to look at this, and we can say that very easily now, but back then, to make that decision, it was huge. That, you know, you're going to fight for this country that puts you, that interns your family. But, you know, when you talk to the veterans, it wasn't a hard decision. They knew that they had to go, that they had to do whatever they could to prove their loyalty, because nobody at that time knew what was going to happen during the war. And so, and when you talk to the guys from Hawaii, you know, Hawaii's their home. And even though Japan bombed Hawaii with Pearl Harbor, when they put out the call they were going to take volunteers, 10,000 Japanese Americans signed within a week. So it kind of shows you the attitude that they had in terms of how could you do this to our home, yeah, to prove their loyalty. Because who knows how we would have been treated if they didn't do that, right? Yeah.
It's a little sad that to have to go to such, put your life at stake to prove loyalty, and that, I guess, was the situation at that time.
Sure, that was. And, you know, but, you know, when you talk to them, it was no questions. They were ready to go. Yeah. So.
Well, thank you. I appreciate this. Is excellent that you made this movie. I haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet, but I'll try and make that time. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is former Mayor Alan Arakawa, and so what was your reaction to the film?
I thought the film was excellent. It really displayed a lot of the emotion that was involved, not only for the men that were going out there and fighting, but also for the women and children and families that have to suffer in the background. I think that this show also can be carried on to what's happening today, the war in Iraq, the war in Afghanistan, as troops are sent out to fight in other countries, the heroism that they're portraying and the sacrifices that their families are making, I think, are really worth noting. And this show really brings it out. Lane's always been a real stickler for precision and being able to be precise about how he's doing things and the emotion that are involved in this show are very, very immense. You know, having had a father that was involved, and also an uncle that died in the campaign, you know, it brings it back home again that their sacrifice was not in vain. This was, I think, a wake-up call for the country to be able to see that all citizens, no matter what nationality, truly do love the country, and they're willing to sacrifice their lives for other people that are in it. And we really need to get over a lot of the racial tensions that are currently going throughout the country. And people need to realize that this show really depicts what's been happening with all nationalities as wars are fought and men and women die and sacrifice for the betterment of the country as a whole. So Lane did a tremendous job, and I think this is one of those shows that will live in history. Thank you.
Okay, we wanted to get your reaction. I can see you were a member of the 442nd, and I wanted your reaction to the film.
It brought back memories and made me cry again, because, you know, those things that happened when we were actually there. So I really felt, well, I don't know what to say, but I dropped tears.
Yeah, I can completely imagine that you would feel that way.
Yeah, because the scenes were almost like the actual scene, you know, so it kind of really hit me hard. Yeah.
Do you see any relevance of this film to what's happening now in this country or this world or this county?
Well, the closest is Iraq, I guess. That you saw that the main actor when he was staring, well, that's what they call PTSD, and then that's what's going to happen with all these people from Iraq. Well, Iraq is worse than, actually I think it's worse than World War II, because they don't know who the enemies are, you see. When we were in combat, we knew who we were fighting. So it wasn't that bad, but still combat is combat, you know, killing. You can get shot and it's not that good feeling.
So would you like a world without war?
Definitely. We thought maybe World War II would be the last war, but apparently not. There was supposed to be war, the war of wars, but it's not so.
What do you think our government can do to stop having wars?
I don't really know, because I'm not a politician, so this looks like more politics than anything else to me.